A blessing to be with you on this Friday. I trust you've had a good work week, and we're thankful to take just a little time with you here today. I'm going to go to the book of Proverbs, Proverbs chapter 23, and some verses that give wisdom for us that are living in the day and age in which we live. Now, there's a lot of talk about financial uncertainty, and honestly, it really is uncertain. We've seen inflation. I can't believe when I go to the grocery store or go out to eat. I mean, we're accepting prices that just a couple of years ago we would not even go back, but we have to live with it. We're seeing what we make diminished. We see the interest rates continuing to go up, and it looks like they're going to continue to go up. We see the national debt that is putting our country at a great vulnerability. We see the dollar not becoming less and less the point of exchange for oil and other things like that. All of this does not bode well for the future of economy. And this is something that believers often really get frustrated about. They get angry politically, and it's because they are trusting in what they have. Well, the Bible's pretty clear about that kind of perspective. Verse 4, labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Oh, the Bible covers it all, doesn't it? That's exactly right. Even without any major recession or some kind of economic implosion, riches do seem to fly away. But in a matter of just moments, people can lose their future, their retirement, and all of that. I remember back in 07, 08, in that area there, just seeing investments, a little bit that I had, go way down. The losses of our people here in the church were major, and that's peanuts compared to what has happened. Of course, we know of the Great Depression. We look at what's happening in a number of countries now where inflation is in the 70-80% realm, and they're losing everything that they have. Well, that ought not strike fear overly so in our hearts, because we shouldn't be laboring for that to be what we are counting on. I just recently was reading through the book of Job, and there you see Satan attacking twice in chapters 1 and 2. And I've always wondered why the Lord brought it up and allowed then Satan to attack. But in chapter 3, where Job rues the day that he ever was born, at the end of that passage, all of a sudden it occurred to me that God was teaching him a lesson, because he wanted Job to have an even greater testimony and life than he had had before. And we read at the end of Job 3, verse 25, for the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Well, that's an insight. Job was counting on his riches and his family, humanly speaking, more than God wanted him to. Oh, he was a man that loved God. He reverenced God. He was upright according to the Lord's own testimony. But clearly, Job shows his weakness, and God was teaching him that riches fly away. Don't labor for that. Don't trust in that for your image, for your sense of success. But instead, realize you can trust God, and if you do what God wants you to do, whether you have a lot or don't have a lot, it's okay, because God will always take care of you. He'll give you your daily bread, and he will meet your needs. And accomplishing spiritual just tasks and having spiritual riches is far more important than anything else. And so in these days of economics uncertainty, let's don't be like the world. Let's instead trust our God. He's able to take care of us, and he's going to use these days, if this does happen, for the greatest harvest I think we've ever had. So let's stay encouraged in the Lord.